Do the prices of the newest Icon-class ships mean the end of affordable cruising?
No! God, please, no!
Since Icon opened up for bookings, there have been many heated discussions about how expensive it is. Some people say Royal Caribbean is being greedy, and others think they're just being smart. In this video, I will discuss the reasons why Icon-class ships are so expensive, whether this means that many people will have to give up cruising, and 4 different ways you can save money if you really want to sail on these newer class ships. To start though, I will let you know that we recently returned from the inaugural sailing of Icon of the Seas, and we just booked one of the first sailings on Star of the Seas. While both of them were really expensive, we were able to save a lot of money on both cruises using 2 different strategies that I will go over in this video.
You might as well tell me the rest of it.
The world's largest ship, Icon of the Seas, recently sailed for the first time, and its sister ship, Star of the Seas, opened bookings for sailings in August 2025. The question on many people's mind is, why are they so expensive?
Why is it so expensive?
So let's talk about these ships. First of all, if you've seen any promo videos for Icon of the Seas, it is very obvious that this class ship is incredible.
This is incredible.
It is bringing a whole line of new experiences that we've never seen before. Icon of the Seas construction cost is around $2 billion, surpassing the prior record of $1.43 billion for Allure of the Seas. This ship has been crafted entirely from the ground up. It's on track to claim some serious titles. We mean the largest this, the tallest that, you name it. And let me tell you, the choices on this ship are mind-blowing. From new types of cabins designed to suit any type of a cruiser, to top-notch restaurants and dining options galore, entertainment that will knock your socks off, and activities to keep you on your toes, there's a whole water park on this ship.
Holy cow.
The promenade and the Pearl, oh my goodness, that thing looks like something out of a futuristic movie. It's like stepping into a massive resort on the open sea. And Royal Caribbean's goal is exactly that, to make sure you feel like you're in for the cruise of your lifetime. Of course, all of this comes with a very nice price tag. To start with the cruise fare, you can expect to pay about double of what Oasis class ships go for, and more than double of the smaller classes like Freedom.
Yikes, what is that?
Also, the higher prices don't stop after you pay for the cruise fare. Pretty much most of the onboard activities cost more on Icon than on the other ships. While most specialty restaurants are priced similar to the other sailings, some like Chop's Grill are about 15% more than average. Unlimited dining package was a whopping 40% more than our Harmony of the Seas sailing in May. Spa services are around 10% more than average. Most CocoCay activities are about 50% more than usual, with the water park pricing at $170. So the big heated debate on the internet is whether Royal is being greedy or just being smart. Well, let's look at some facts.
All right, let's look at the facts.
They have invested an approximate $2 billion into building up this ship, and they need to pay for it. This cruise ship will bring many new experiences that we have not seen before on other ships, which will naturally increase demand. The cruise industry boomed in 2023 and far surpassed 2019 levels, breaking sales records in the post-pandemic comeback. Cruising is reaping the benefits of what they call revenge travel, which vacationers making up for the time that was lost during the pandemic. Probably the biggest factor to consider when deciding if something is too expensive is whether it's selling.
Well, is it or isn't it?
Well, Icon sold out in 24 hours after being open for booking, and then it opened up some due to normal cancellations, but prices only went up. Looking at the reservations for additional activities such as the Crown's Edge, CocoCay amenities, extra dining options, many of them are already sold out or about to sell out. In fact, frankly, I don't remember ever unlimited dining package being sold out months before the cruise even sails. Usually you could buy it when you get on the ship, which means there are plenty of people who are willing to pay these prices.
Is it expensive? It's worth it.
From this standpoint, Royal Caribbean is simply acting as a smart business and is charging based on supply and demand. Ultimately, as long as people pay the prices that they charge, it makes business sense for them to charge these prices. even if we don't like it.
I don't like it.
By the way, let me know in the comments what you think. Of course, this is all fine and dandy for Royal Caribbean, but the big question for us cruisers is whether this pricing trend will continue and make all cruising unaffordable for most people. After attending industry events and researching what Royal Caribbean is doing with their business, I don't think this is the end. Actually, I believe it's quite the opposite. What they're doing is expanding into 3 different levels of cruising vacations for the Caribbean destinations. First, they are creating a new level of experience that will compete with other high-cost, family-focused vacations. For example, a week-long vacation at Disney or an all-inclusive resort that provides many amenities. Meanwhile, over the last year, they have also focused on expanding their shorter Caribbean cruises by moving some Oasis-class ships to them and adding more 5-day cruise options. Now, granted, some people feel that this is like similar to the grocery store, raising prices by a few pennies and then giving you a little bit less in the box, but it's not a fair comparison. Prices for everything have gone up, and cruise lines are just as affected by it as much as restaurants, hotels, and airlines. They have to pay for food, fuel, labor. We can't expect them to keep prices the same when everything else costs much more. However, these mid-length cruises are keeping the affordable option for big ship cruising. The third type of a cruise is the quick getaways to Bahamas, where now you have your choice of any of the other 4 classes of ships, from the smaller Vision class ships that are perfect for a quiet, relaxing cruise, all the way to the Freedom class that is packed with activities and entertainment. As a bonus, you can do a back-to-back cruise to make it a 7 to 10 day vacation, and it's still incredibly affordable. We just did that a couple months ago on Freedom and loved it because we got to stop at Coco Cay twice in 1 week. That's a topic for another video I'll be working on. The back-to-back have their pros and cons, so they're not for everybody. But in some cases, they are a perfect way to enjoy a longer vacation. With all this said, the question is, how can you save money if you really want to experience this new class ship? I'm going to go over 4 different ways, and we used methods 3 and 4 recently to save money on both Icon and Star. The first way is pretty boring, and it's simply to wait out until the newness wore off. Nobody knows how long it's going to take, and based on the fact that the Star of the Seas just got released and it costs twice as much as Icon to start with, it looks like Royal Caribbean is expecting that newness to last for a while. Meanwhile, you have a lot of other great options that I just discussed earlier. The second way to save is if this pricing is within a general amount you are willing to pay, then you want to book it as early as you can.
Well, I'm ready to go.
Based on the history of Icon of the Seas prices, they only went up after it opened up for sailings, with one exception that I'll discuss in a minute. If you see a better price after you book, but before your final payment date, you can always adjust the pricing down so you don't win much by waiting. The third method is my favorite, and it results in the highest savings. The goal is to find group rates that are already created for the sailing. With that said, I became a travel agent about 6 years ago just so that I can get better rates for my friends and family, and we have several groups of people who cruise together on a regular basis, and these group rates can often save us a couple $100 per person.
Oh, that's nice.
After our friends get their bookings done, we usually open those group rates up to anybody else that wants to save some money, and I'll put a link below to the website where we have some listings of what openings we have for Icon and for Star of the Seas. If you want to check it out, it'll be down there in the description. Another thing you can do is to try to take your chance with last-minute fares. After the final payment date, some cabins may open up, but it's not guaranteed. If you're flying, you will often have to pay higher airfare, so that may erase any savings. And if you have to plan vacation ahead of time, that's probably not going to be a good option for you. Pricing can be all over the place, and it will depend on how booked the ship is. Most of the cabins will be guarantees, so you won't know your cabin. We actually ended up doing exactly this for our inaugural Icon cruise and got a balcony guarantee while saving a lot of money over the published rates. Whichever cruise you decide to go on, you may have other costs involved. So check out this video about the most highly debated extra cost activity on Icon of the Seas.